Summer racing continues from the spa, and I feel the need for speed, the 7 furlong Forego, and this should be a good betting race. I think it's going to be an interesting race to see where horses go the rest of the year. And we're going to start right at the rail with one of the top two favorites in the race, and that's Promises Fulfilled, who picked up a nice 4-length win the last time in the John Nehrude Stakes. Now, what was interesting in that race is that really a couple of key contenders did not show up. It was a hot day. A few of the horses were washed out in the pre-race warm-ups, and it looked like even kind of like Promises Fulfilled was maybe not going to run his best race, but he kind of powered away to a 4.5-length win. And I really think 7 furlongs is probably his best distance. He's 2 for 2 at Saratoga, 7 for 15 lifetime. And he's going to deal with some other speed on the outside of him in this race. He draws the rail this time, and it'll be interesting to see kind of where Luis Saez places him at the half-mile mark and see if he wants to go inside of a horse or maybe outside of Mitole if Mitole decides to go for the lead again. So definitely a strong contender in this race, Promises Fulfilled. Airstrike ships in from out west, and this horse kind of disappointed in the last time at 10-1. I really liked him in that spot against Sistron, and he picked up a win from off the pace the race before. He's a cutback horse. He used to run a mile and a 16th. I think he's going to like the 7 furlongs. Joel Rosario should be a good fit for him, and I think if he gets a lot of speed, Airstrike could be kind of an angle play at a price, especially coming from off the pace and maybe going to a little bit more speedier surface than he's been facing the last couple of times. Meanwhile, Mitole, that's your race favorite, disappointed the last time at 3-5. You know, he's got a couple of questions to answer. One, is he maybe going off form? He might have bounced a little bit from a huge mile race when he picked up a 103 Brisnet speed figure. Now, he had picked up a 108 in the Churchill Downs handicap the race before that. But maybe Mitole just was forced into a fast pace the last time. He was at the rail the last time, and he was inside of the other speed, Strike Power. And those two dueled in a 21-3 opening quarter. And if you notice, Mitole in his 3 previous races had raced about a 22-1, 22 flat opening quarter. And those 2 extra fifths of a second in that opening quarter may have just weakened him late. That was at 6 furlongs. He'd coming off a mile race. He did run a great 7 furlong race at Churchill Downs. So, you know, really for Mitole, this is a key race. It might be his last race before the Breeders' Cup Sprint or Breeders' Cup Mile. And this race may determine which race he goes in on Breeders' Cup Day. I have a few questions with Mitole. I'm not quite sold. He may not be going off form, but this time he does draw outside of Promises Fulfilled. Killybegs captain, his best race was back at Tampa Bay in February. Picked up a nice win with the big favorite Imperial Hint not firing that day. Last time out ran 4th by 4 against Baun Raison, who's also in this race. Lost to Promises Fulfilled. Lost to Forense Fire. You know, he's lost to all the contenders. He's 15-1 in the morning line. Killybegs captain. I guess you're going to have to see a few horses go off form if you're expecting him to win. Baun Raison picked up a win on August 9th. I love saying Baun Raison. He's by Raison d'Etat out of the French Deputy Mayor. 9 for 28 wins. Baun Raison, you know, he's a closer. He's going to look for a hot pace. I'm not sure he's really a grade 1 horse at 7 furlongs. I'm kind of fading Baun Raison in this spot. We'll see what he can do. Forense Fire did not fire the last time in the Vanderbilt. Imperial Hint just smoked the field that day. I'm going to go with Forense Fire as my top choice. I like Promises Fulfilled from the rail. I think Forense Fire maybe just didn't really at the half-mile mark the last time. You could kind of see it just wasn't his day. It was a very fast race. I'm not sure anybody was going to beat Imperial Hint in the Vanderbilt. So the big questions in this race: can Mitole bounce back from a subpar effort and the speed duel the last time? Can Promises Fulfilled make it 2 in a row and really stamp himself as the leader in the division? Or can Forense Fire bounce back? He's 1 for 4 at Saratoga, and he does have some big past performances in him. Maybe this is the race he kind of breaks out in 2019. The Grade 1 Forego, don't forget, we've already got a preview up of the Travers Stakes. We'll also be taking a look at the Personal Ensign. Hit subscribe, more subscribers, we get more videos. We're going to lead you up to the Breeders' Cup, and I really need those subscribers. Who do you like in the Forego? Leave a comment or like this video so we get more views. And don't forget, summer racing continues from the spa.